Um, hello.
Hello.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
Hi.
Okay.
I guess that whole introduction didn't go through
Yes.
because I muted my mic on OBS
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
for the other scenes because, that's how we do. But you know what? It wouldn't be a Twitch or a TTRPG stream without tech goblins.
Yes.
Mhm.
So many tech goblins.
As I was saying before, welcome to our first stream of 4 for our Queer Space Gods adventure / charity game. The first 2 sessions, this one and the next episode, which is next Saturday, are for Black AIDS Institute, which is a wonderful charity that was brought to my attention by our lovely player Keon. We will be playing Queer Space Gods, which is a game that was made to explore the cosmos as the gods that usually we pray to as different heroes. We will be going through the different realms of the cosmos as me, the progenation or mother, with my lovely children. We do not know what will happen with my lovely children, as they will make decisions and consequences will come. But as you can see below my camera, there is incentives for you to donate. If you donate $5, it can be a re-roll for any character of your choice. If you donate $10, it'll be a past scene between 2 of my lovely children. You may also pick that. If you donate $20, it will be a random question for one of my children to redeem and ask another one of my children. It is a way to bring on drama in the plot and have a little fun player-wise. If you donate $50, it will be a scene of one god with me, Mother. If you donate $75 in one bout, it'll be 10 minutes of motherless play for my children. That could turn into some real chaos, and I actually kind of hope I see it. If you donate $100, each one of my children will get an auto success on any roll of their choice one time. Our goal is $600 for the 2 streams we have for Black AIDS Institute. I think we can hit it no problem. Our community is so giving and so wonderful that I think we will be able to blow our goal out of the water. And so I will now start the introductions. I am Derek. I will be your lovely GM for this 4-session stint of charity games. You can find me on the interwebs at Derek Does RP. That's DERRYK DOESRP. Or you can find me here on this Twitch, Queers and Spears, in the future, actually like coming October, for a new series called Grave of Grief, which is a God Killer series that is a part of a side project that we're doing here on Queers and Spears, that's currently being recorded as we speak. Not as we speak, but like in this time frame. And I will hand off the flame to my eldest child, Jenny.
I love that I'm your eldest child and not the sorrow.
Yes.
But hi, I'm Jenny. I use she, they pronouns. I am going to be playing the Sorrow, who is a god of death. I am very excited about. She is the oldest of Mother's children remaining. So I'm really excited. I've been looking forward to this for a really long time. I also want you to know that I did all of the art for the character portraits. I did that within the last 24 hours.
Literally.
More like 12 hours. So it's not my best work, but I did what I could.
It's beautiful. It's perfect.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm really excited to play today.
Next will be my most riotous and beastly child.
Hi, I am Keon. I don't know what this conversation about me being beastly is about. However, I will be playing the Calamity this time around, who happens to be a god of destruction. So that might be where it's coming from. And I am also very excited for this, and I just can't wait for this to go off.
Next is I dare I say, maybe our most powerful, our most vengeful child. Vin, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. Like, most powerful, please.
Guys, hi, I'm Vin, EvanVox38 on Twitter. I'll be playing the Scorn. Don't worry about it.
I don't. Next will be our youngest family member, our newest family member, but not the least forgotten. Erica, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, my name is Erica, and I'm playing the Forgotten. I use they, them pronouns, and the Forgotten also uses they, them pronouns. And yeah, excited to play around with the relationship between the living and the gods that they worship.
Yes, it's going to be a very fun time. Just a reminder, this is a found family game, so we may touch on some subjects in the familial realm that may happen but they may happen but they're not left behind, or what, I forget how to say it. You can do exclamation point CW to see the content warnings that may or may not pop up in our game. They include but are not. Why can't I remember this phrase? This is embarrassing. But you could do
Include but are not unlimited to.
Yes, because due to the nature of an improv story, we cannot list everything. But some that may come around are gaslighting, mother gaslighting. We don't know that. Amnesia / memory loss, familial arguments, and complex and complicated relationships, and possibly fantasy violence. But that's for later. Who knows? Maybe sibling fights. I don't know. But yes, we shall start the era how we started the last era. My eldest child. What has changed while we slept?
I will be entirely honest with you, my friend. I don't remember because we wrote that down a while ago.
Well, this is something new. What has changed in the time that we slept to going into this era?
Oh my goodness. I think for the sorrow specifically is the fact that because of what she is connected to, regardless of what kindness she holds for the lives that she handles, she has grown to be feared to the point where people refuse to speak her actual name, which is why she is only known as the Sorrow.
Lovely. Though we know, as celestial beings that walk the cosmos, death is not to be feared. The Calamity. As you awake, what has changed?
So, as the Calamity wakes, for him specifically, I think what has changed is that at this point, there are many that call out to his name and are asking for his assistance because the world in and of itself is volatile and growing and new, and in its newness is causing its own destruction on top of creation. So as he wakes, he is welcome to many more followers than the last time he slept.
So a fear of death and a welcoming of destruction. The Scorn. You wake from your beauty rest. What is different?
I think there is creativity in destruction. More things need to be destroyed faster, and with that, weapons have evolved. Sharper, deadlier, en masse. More calamity, birthed from scorn.
A sharpness to our tact and our attack comes with a fear of death and a welcoming of destruction. The Forgotten. What has changed while you rested?
Before I became a god, I used to wear my age like a mantle. It was something to be proud of. Being mortal and waking up every day was just defying the world that the gods were making and destroying. But now I don't remember. And there is a lot of things that I'm forgetting that I don't want to.
A loss in history comes with the sharpness of daggers brought on by the welcoming of destruction, which is brought on by the fear of death. Here in the Stelliferous era, where we find weapons climbing a ladder that is dangerous and sharp, yet the mobility of entering the stars is what mortals are doing. We find ourselves watching, waiting, seeing what our mortal followers will do. They are entering the stars, finding our celestial bodies, and exploring. I ask of you, my darling children, how does that make you feel? How can Mother make it better? Calamity. There's a bit of destruction in joining the stars. Some ships fail, some ships succeed. How are you feeling in this era of joining the stars?
So, in this instance, the Calamity is watching everything kind of like a proud father, and it's just as things grow and as the destruction comes to more or less be a mainstay of this time. Mother, I am very, very proud. They don't normally take to asking for my gifts or looking for me this soon. I'm just reveling in what is before us now.
So you revel in something that makes your dear elder sister so sad.
He's always sad.
The lives of mortals dance in destruction. And those that are lost are often forgotten. So you dance in jubilee as your siblings may be upset.
It is not
I'll remember them, Mother. I'll remember them.
Of course you
That's the
will, my
least I can do.
child.
And as you say that, in the land of the gods, in the cosmos, the calamity is about like 10'2", very huge. And how tall did you say that the Forgotten is?
Nox is a transplanter short 5'7".
So
They're
look
yes,
all the way
they're
down.
yeah.
And thank you so much, my sibling, for accepting your role.
What else is there to do?
Forget.
But in forgetting, you seem so eager to displace the mortals that give you the power you hold. The Scorn. How are you feeling as mortals dance between life and death and entering the stars?
It's karma, unfortunately, to think they could visit us. Of course, if they're going to be stars, they're going to be fallen stars. Meteorites. I think that's what they're called. It's unfortunate, but it's a lesson they deserve to know.
I agree. They seem to not understand they have a place. But perhaps their place is in the stars.
Agree to disagree, Mother.
That is...
I mean, mother made the stars, so why wouldn't her children, the mortals, be able to walk around, travel, do whatever they please here?
Because there isn't any land, there isn't any livestock, there isn't any food.
There
I
is
feel like the stars
opportunity,
are
though.
something to be admired, to look up to. Like you do. You're good at looking up at things. Maybe you understand them more than I do. Opportunity is so fleeting. Opportunity, hope. Ugh. Maybe I should leave that to you, dear.
Perhaps you should. You all sit here in your godhood, not understanding that while we are above the mortals, you were all one of them before. My darling Sarah, you are chillingly quiet during this.
Yes, Mother.
What are you feeling?
Saddened. Though I don't think that that's surprising. The mortals are killing each other ceaselessly for little reason other than land or power or some sort of struggle over politics or beliefs in us.
Yes.
Of course, they'll all be welcome among the stars, but it's not their time yet.
No.
Many are being sent far too early.
But
Mother, if I may.
Yes.
Sister, what do you suggest then, if they are coming to us far too early?
I think we revel in our powers too much. Yes, they worship us, but we serve them. That is the point of our existence. Casting ourselves into scorn and calamity. It's pushing war, fighting and battles, greed. It's harming the people that we're meant to be protecting. Serving, helping, sure, there's places for all of it, but it's too much.
You understand from all of this glorious, beautiful destruction that is being wrought. There are innovations being made on the other side. There are medicine is being made. Things that help people as well is being made. Correct?
Of course. There's always going to be an opposite side to the coin. Nothing is ever completely black and white. Of course, there's benefits to what's happening.
And question, I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude this little poetic
No,
woe is
no.
me. I thought that with this poor destruction, poor calamity, it invokes sorrow. Are you just unafraid of working a little harder, my darling sorrow, or is there something I'm missing? We all profit.
I don't believe that you understand the workload that I have, nor the fact that I view my work as sacred. The fact that I am being sent so many souls is not a matter of it's not too much work for me.
Mhm.
It's the fact that I know that it's not their time yet. They had potential, they have a future, they had so much more left to give to continue those developments. I believe you forget that I'm the eldest for a reason.
Eldest being made first. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Eldest being the longest surviving.
And not a star. My, again, sincerest apologies.
We all
Again.
have our place. We like to assume that we're above the mortals and their restrictions, but we're not. We have our place just as they do. We have our time just as they do. The way that things are going about now is selfish. We can do better.
Then how do we stop them from hurting themselves?
It's inevitable.
We don't need to stop them entirely, you're right. It is inevitable, it is going to happen, and it does bring about change, positive change, quite often. But the way that it has been being reveled in, the way that it has been being pushed, is, quite honestly, unacceptable.
I'm sorry for working overtime, my sister.
You are relishing, not working.
A little.
You can do both. If you're talented enough. Loving your work is what it's called.
Yes.
I mean, but why love work from a distance? I mean, we need to be able to see other than what the sorrow has been telling us, how it's affecting the people, right? Should we go see them? Walk among them? Even for a day? Just to see through a mortal's eyes what's happening to them? Instead of just pulling the strings and puppeteering them from far away?
Are you missing home?
We at least owe them that.
I quite like that idea.
At that moment when Mother says that, the Calamity just looks at Mother am back at Knox and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mother, why are you agreeing with this notion of going down there?
Getting a new perspective will help.
Gods walking among the mundane.
Oh, you think I'm sending you down there as gods?
Excuse me?
You'll walk
We'll get to walk among the mortals.
as mortals. No powers, no connection. Just people.
Sounds boring.
I hate that.
Perhaps you need a little boredom in your life, darling.
We'll get to see them. We'll get to walk amongst them, talk to them, spend time with them, get to know them. We'll.
Yes.
Please, Mother. Please.
You will all spend one day as mortals. That is Mother's decree. You will see the world that you don't see very often. You are all great and powerful beings, and I love you all very much. You are my children. But you all have become used to being above. Perhaps this is a lesson for all of you. Perhaps it's a lesson in compassion for the calamity and the scorn. And perhaps it's a lesson in brutality for the sorrow and the forgotten.
And I think the scorn is kind of like lean a little to calamity. Was compassion ever part of the pantheon? I don't remember compassion.
I don't remember them. I think they were born after the sorrow, but they have not made it.
I don't remember a compassion or kindness.
Even if they were, that would be their job to do that, not ours.
Exactly. Well, why are we? I should be swatting people out of the sky right now instead of having this harsh lesson.
And with that, the calamity looks back to Mother and just asks, "So you mean to tell us that we will be going down as mortals without powers?"
Well, not without powers. The area I'll be sending you will be in need of a bit of magic. It is not a plane without abilities. But
Might not be as bad as I thought.
perhaps you will all enjoy.
Okay. Mother, is there anything that you need us to do while we're there?
Yes. There is a family who are going through a great deal of pain in this moment. You all four of you, shall work together to help them understand each one of your tenants in their pain. There is sorrow, there is forgotten, there is calamity, and there is scorn. And my darling children, who think that compassion and kindness were lost upon us.
She heard us.
Mother hears everything. What comes after a calamity and the destruction?
I don't know, rebirth, new life, restructuring.
Love, coming togetherness.
And what
Unity.
happens? And what happens when a person is wronged?
Death.
Retribution.
And in the end, after retribution and restructuring, it is a cycle, is it not?
Yeah, I was gonna say another R word, but there we go.
We do this every few millennia, Mother.
Of course. And you are all successful, which is why I have not ended you. Or do you forget that
Hard
I can
swallow.
do that?
And he's just looking in this. Mother's just everything. So he's just like, yes, Mother. And acts accordingly.
Your day starts now. You will all... and in a flash, you are all in a field of blue, purple, and yellow flowers. There are large dragonfly-like creatures fluttering through the fields. Rabbits with 6 legs hopping around. Little fairies flying through the flowers to pick the seeds to plant more. And scorn, calamity. You feel the actual weight of your own domains lifted from your shoulders. Sorrow, though a mortal for a day, perhaps yours is the only domain that stays forever. I would like to ask you all, what do you do as you become mortals?
I think it feels like a weighted blanket to the Forgotten. And even though their epitaph is the Forgotten, there is a certain want and a certain need for them to be remembered. And I think that this is their chance to maybe, even if it's just a speck, even if it's just a star in a never-ending universe, maybe they'll finally get the chance to do that. They'll finally get the chance to live in a way that they didn't get to do in their mortal life. There's a certain yearning, just a certain yearning, kind of like very rose-tinted glasses, kind of expression that's on the Forgotten's face that, they look excited for the first time since you've met them.
The scorn. What are you feeling?
Very politely, very poetically, this sucks. Finally, feeling the weight of your body again and having to move limbs feels awful. The moisture of the air and feeling humidity, beyond humility, which they'll never fucking feel, is just disgusting and wet. Everything is loud and bright and vibrant. But right now they are focusing on trying to grab one of the fairies to interrogate it. By the wings or by the body, just pluck it out of the air.
You can totally do that. I'm trying to think of what move that would be. Oh my gosh, that is... Honestly, I'll say that's a grace roll. I won't even say it's a move, that's just a grace roll.
I have a -1.
I wonder why.
Big money, no whammies. Never mind. That is a hot, sexy 5.
On a 5. Now the fun thing about the fun thing about Thirsty Sword Lesbians is it is a tiered success thing. Which a 5 is a fail. I believe. It's a very hard fail. You're not used to moving in a body like this. You are used to being a consciousness floating through the stars. So as you move and attempt to grab, you're feeling the tightness of muscles that aren't being used to being moved, the heaviness of a mortal body, something you have not felt in millennia. And they just seem to evade your grasp. You do, however, get a very nice handful of flowers out of trying to grab them. Oh, how
And they
wonderful.
just smash them into the ground.
You've picked a bouquet from Mother. Oh.
Nox the Forgotten violently sneezes. This is their first time in a field of flowers, and they are very allergic.
Mother, I will celebrate you as soon as we return. I couldn't celebrate you here.
I await that.
The Sorrow is actually going to pick up some peonies and some other like low allergen flowers, and she's just going to Nox, darling, come here.
Okay, they shyly walk up to you.
She's going to take some of the flowers and start kind of weaving them into their hair.
Oh.
And then just kind of like touches their face, just really gently, like an eldest sister would do.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Sorry, I thought you'd like lovely.
Oh. Thanks. Their cheeks, they are red as a tomato. Yeah, no, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. They, I think even though they are extremely allergic, I think that the flowers are probably like up to like their calves or their ankles, and they're just going to, with the flowers in their hair, run probably like 30 feet away from somebody, and then just like flop into it and start making snow angels in the field, with their sword kind of dangling at their hip. Yeah, just like rolling around like Toothless and How to Train Your Dragon in those high grasses.
Laughter. Something perhaps all of you have forgotten the sound of. Enjoyment. Happiness.
This
Though-
is the most color they've seen since the end of the world. Their world. So they're relishing in it.
Though you are calamity and you are scorn, and you embody those titles, that doesn't mean you can't feel other things.
With that, as the kind of like roiling flame that normally is the calamity settles into a human's form once again, something that they have not felt in millennia and kind of have forgotten the weight of what it means to be human and forgotten the purpose that comes with that and the freedom that comes with that. As they see one of these six-legged rabbits run past, he kind of chases after it. And at first it was sort of like predatory instinct to go after something that is soft and fragile and to catch it. But he ends up finding himself enjoying the chase, enjoying the hunt, and enjoying actually just being in the moment and not waiting for the world to burn. And he also starts to laugh and looks at the sorrow with like big giant toothy grin and says, "Sister, this was a great idea."
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
And
Go on, I haven't seen you this happy in a very long time.
And bolts again. But as he's like running looking for the rabbit again, he ends up seeing that the rabbit has been caught by another creature. And he is kind of watching carnage happen in front of his eyes, and is also still enjoying seeing things happen in front of him. It's like, oh. And just like sort of in awe of like the beauty of it all.
You watch as this natural calamity happens before you. A scaled fox with small wings and eyes that mirror yours takes this rabbit and not only feeds itself but carries it back to a den filled with kits. And you see again the beauty that comes out of calamity, the rebuilding, the nourishment and other things. And you feel also, for once, what your sister feels. There's a sorrow, though the calamity is what you know, and the end is fine, and you are okay with it. The destruction is beautiful. There was a life lost. And you, for the first time in a long time, see into your sister's eyes and understand, even a minuscule amount, the plea that she speaks. Sorrow, what are you doing as your siblings play and enjoy their time, or are sitting in disgust?
She watches the Forgotten and the Calamity as they run around and play and get to enjoy themselves and feel the way that she watches each mortal feel. And she stands there for a moment just watching, both in a protective way as well as simply enjoying the happiness that they feel. And she actually smiles. But I think after a couple of minutes, she will walk over to the Scorn, put a hand on their shoulder, and sit with them.
Yes. I know I fell.
I don't know what you mean. I saw nothing of the sort.
Of course you didn't. You had your nose so high in the air you couldn't see your poor sibling on the ground.
I was trying to save you the embarrassment. Are you alright?
I'm fine. You, and like pointing at like any of the Fae like still floating around. I need to know the nearest settlement, village, town. Where do most things gather, and families or units?
Oh, you're looking for Alabaster Waters.
Yes, the thing you just said. Where is it?
It's about half a mile due east. It's along the river.
What the fuck is a mile? I think when they say that, they kind of like pull themselves up, very awkward, graceless stand, and they start marching in whatever direction the sprite pointed.
We can lead you there if you need. We live there.
Are they all little wasp things like you, or
No.
is there any?
There's some really big people. There's some really small people. There's some normal-sized people. There's some animal people. There's some, really? No, they're gross. They don't live in the town. But, you know, there's a lot of types of people.
Good. Please, if you may, escort me there.
Nox is trying to climb a tree in the background of this conversation.
We
You
are.
don't want to wait for the rest of your siblings?
We're free to do whatever we wish. I want to see the people. That's what we're here for, the people, right?
Yes, but we should travel together.
At this point, the Calamity comes back, like running out of breath. I also want to see the people.
With that,
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
we are going to fade to however long ago it was, as we got our first donation of $10 for a past scene between the Calamity and the Forgotten.
Okay.
Thank you, Puck, for donating the $10.
Yay, Puck!
Thanks, fuck.
Tell us, my children, where does the scene take place and how long ago was it?
You take points on this one.
Okay. Probably right after Nox's universe ended and they ran towards a light because that's all they could think about doing, and then they became a god.
Okay. All right. So as you are running out of this light, after you have met Mother and had your first interaction with them, I think the Calamity might have been the first one you met.
Mhm.
And as you are kind of like dancing around the stars, the Calamity, like, as this giant figure, it's just, you know, you don't have to maintain that form anymore. You can be whatever makes you happy.
This is what makes me happy. I worked for this. I think this. I don't. I used to be so small, and I just want to stay that way.
Why? So you remember who you were? You don't want to forget?
I don't want to forget.
Fair. You know, I'm gonna let you on a small secret. My newest sibling. Everyone thinks that all I care about is destruction. And they're right, it's one of my favorite things. It's rather glorious. However, the reason why I care so much for destruction is because typically destruction is somebody's most true self. So, if this is who you see yourself to be, for now, so be it. Things change after a time. A few millennia might sway you around.
Millennia?
Yes. What did you think godhood was? A second? No.
I just didn't want to die.
It's a good choice. There's nothing wrong with death. Also,
Not when it means that everything you know just disappears like it's nothing.
sorry about that. Your world, I mean.
Tiny Knox steps up onto Calamity's very, very big foot and violently kicks him in the shins.
Excuse me. So
It feels like a pinprick.
as you do that, the thing about the Calamity in their primarily godly form, they do stand about 10'2". They also have 4 arms and like a giant's dragon's tail and golden horns. And one of the hands just reaches down to pick you up. What was that for? I said I was sorry.
I don't know how that's going to be enough. We might have to wait a few millennia.
Fair. And he just like drops you. But that's not always. It wasn't my choice to destroy your world. Things to come to an end.
I know. I've killed gods before.
Excuse me?
I've
What do you mean,
killed
killed
gods
God?
before.
That's not possible. We can't die. Except by any like trails off. A human can't kill a god.
Not in the world that I was in.
So you're telling me someone as. And he's like searching for the right word to call you short. Someone like yourself, someone without divinity, could kill a god in your world.
I was born and I was made to be Mother's Blade. And that was all I was supposed to be.
He crosses all 4 arms and just looks at you like, I think I underestimated you.
In fact, you did.
Don't try and kill me here.
I won't. Just know that I can.
Also, just know that here the main thing and the most destructive thing here is not me. You need to watch out for Mother. There were many more of us before you.
I mean, I'll watch out for Mother, because I was made to protect her, to be her blade where she can't be.
I get it now. You are going to become her favorite. I can see it now.
I don't know what I think about that.
Again, as you said, you were made to be her blade. It's not about what you think. I was made.
And Nox thinks about the fact that Mother just heard all of that.
Oh yeah.
And they kick a star like a soccer ball, and it just like goes 100 feet away, or however thousands and thousands of feet away. Time and distance and space just does not matter anymore.
The mortals are gonna make a wish on that later.
Well, they should hurry up before it dies out.
It's okay. As long as you're here. It won't go forgotten. And he starts to like show you around his favorite cosmos. But this one,
And
they destroy each other almost every other day.
And as you get the tour of the cosmos from your new sibling, we'll fade into the world we were just in. And we did just get a donation, a $25 donation from Mick. Thank you, Mick, so much. That means we have a reroll that somebody can claim and a random question to ask somebody that somebody can claim.
Ooh.
You all walk for about an hour before we get to Alabaster Waters. It's a beautiful town of buildings that seem to be made out of crystal and seashells and different kinds of coral. You see many of people walking around, and one in particular looks familiar. No, there's no way. The sorrow, you recognize this person. And only you recognize this person. And that's where we're going to jump onto a quick break, so that everybody can walk, stretch, get a snack, do a bio break, anything you need to do. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Okay? Just so everybody can...
Take your time.
How about no? And we just keep going. What the fuck?
Keep going.
Y'all donate and you'll get more interesting stuff coming along. We'll see you guys in 10, y'all.
Are we out? You're muted, love. You're muted.
Hello, everybody. I am not muted anymore. Again, tech goblins. We love them. The oh, not that sometimes we can hear their voices. Quit telling people I'm dead. We get to Alabaster Waters with our gods, mortals, people. And it's a cute little fey market town where there are many people bustling through the streets, but one sticks out to the sorrow. They are a tall, elven-looking person with long, bleach, white, blonde hair, dark eyebrows, and a smile that could blind the world. Their eyes are a distinct golden color that you would never forget having seen it.
Question.
Yes.
Can I say their name?
No,
Or have I lost the ability to do that?
you cannot say their name. It is forbidden. Because once they are gone, they are forgotten. And once they are forgotten, they never existed. But you are the only being that can get past that. Because as the sorrow, you hold the dead. You remember the dead. You cherish the dead. But this person's name dances on the tip of your tongue like a piece of honey from a fresh fruit. It is like a dagger sliding itself cleanly between the ribs as you watch the face of a sibling you once knew not remember you or even notice you. She continues to smile and dance with the people that are around her. What are you feeling?
Anguish.
My beloved daughter, to ease your pain, I shall allow you to say their name once, and once only, with me.
I miss them.
I know.
What happened to them?
They stepped out of line. Their duties were no longer of importance to them. They fell.
But the world is lacking brightness.
Yes,
It needs them.
but when one of us falls and you see a glitch in Mother, almost her bluish purple skin turns almost like a deepish red as the stars' freckles turn black and and her hair turns white and it glitches again. No, when one of us falls, the rest will. It must be dealt with. You must understand. And now here's a little fun thing that I've brought on. As you all watching can see, there is a clock on our overlay. It has moved to the next point. That clock will continue to move throughout our games. If it reaches the end before our final session, Mother will not be the same. This is not only a game about understanding each other and finding a family where we didn't have it before, but this is also a game against time and saving Mother. There have been many before you that have attempted to do so. That is why they are not here. My name's Pearl, by the way. A girl about half of Nox's height walks up to you all. She has the same bleach blonde, white hair, and golden eyes that the brightness has. You all aren't from around here, right? You look different. In a good way. I like different.
Where's the nearest temple? Does this place have temples or?
Oh, we have a couple temples. What god are you looking to worship?
I was just curious. I'm cataloging on behalf of my cloister.
Cloister.
Yes. Yes.
That's a new term. I haven't heard that before.
Well, I'm here to educate as well as listen, so temples, where are they?
Well, there's a temple on the north side of the village, a south side of the village, an east side of the village, and the west side of the village.
To who?
We don't know their names. We just know what they're called.
Okay, if they don't have names, how do you separate these? Or we're just going to the north temple, we're going to the south temple, we're going to the whatever direction he said.
So the temple in the north is to a god called the Calamity. The temple in the west is to a god called the Sorrow. The temple in the east is to a god called the Forgotten. And the temple to the south is to the god called the Scorn.
Interesting.
Their delight is barely hidden. What direction is the south again? They're like kind of pointing.
Do you want me to bring you there?
I would. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. There's. We have to wait about 30 minutes. The Scorn's temple only opens at night.
You know, that's fine. Sure. I'll camp out there. Is that
You don't want any food?
appropriate for...
The festival is going on greatly, and we have plenty of food to share. And if you are travelers, we would love for you to be able to enjoy the festivities.
Sure. That's... Yeah. I would love to see your festival.
It's actually
I am
a
a
festival
recorder,
for
and
the
that's what I do.
Scorn.
That is wonderful. I am so excited to hear that.
Okay. The food's this way. And she starts, like, skipping, like, gleefully through, like, the village, through the people dancing and everything, and brings you to a table filled with food and drink. People singing praise and having a great time under the celebration of a god that they may never see or get to know, but they love so dearly. This village is an anomaly among most. Most mortals don't know of the four of you. You are older than the elder gods. You are forgotten to histories. Pearl smiles as she whips around with foods and drink, and it's like, here, enjoy. There's a lot of dancing and games over there. There's more food over here. Careful, some of the food's really, really, really spicy. My mom makes a lot of the food. Is there anything else you would like to know?
Um,
No, thank you.
What is actually? What is 30 minutes?
A half an hour.
And just pure confusion of what time is on his face.
how many hours are in a day on this planet?
24.
Okay. Thank you. It's a measurement of time.
You see how the sun is at its highest point in the sky?
Mm-hmm.
When it is no longer at the highest point and it's in the sky and it is below the horizon, then it is nighttime, and it is in the last 12 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm. You are wise beyond your years, little one.
I'm just a kid. Do you want to play a game? And she's looking at you, the sorrow.
I'd love to play a game.
Do you know the game Hopscotch?
I've seen people play it. Could you show me how?
Of course, there's a little hopscotch court over here. We drew it ourselves. And
Okay.
she brings you and starts playing, and she goes, okay, it's your turn.
Yeah, she'd do her best.
The Scorn. What are you feeling in this moment of seeing people celebrate you?
Me? There's not blood or gore in the streets. People are smiling. Me? It's a lot of confusion. It's like that one Homelander gif. Just like looking around confused.
Yeah. They are happy. To them, it seems like you are not this malevolent god of retribution and bloodshed, but a god of much needed cycles, of natural things that come and go, something of beauty. And it's something I think you've never seen somebody portray you as. And then you hear Pearl talking. You know, it's said to be, you know, a lot of people say that the sorrow is like the most beautiful of the gods, but actually I like to think that the scorn is the most beautiful of the gods. They tend to, there's beauty in retribution. I think that, like, you always get what's coming to you, and if you're good, then good comes to you, and if you're bad, then bad things happen. And I don't want bad things to happen, so I try to be as good as I can be. But, you know, I don't know, I just think there's a power in that.
You know, Pearl,
Yeah, I think
I
that's
agree with you.
That's real great. I like hearing that's really nice to see Scorn depicted in such a beautiful way. Like they're starting to get a little teary and so not nosed.
Are you well?
Are you okay?
I think it's the spices I'm not used to. Yeah, that's what it probably is. I need something to drink. That's what I need.
Oh, here's some goat's milk.
Thank you. I don't think I'm allergic.
You know, it's also said about, like, the same as about the calamity. Yes, destruction and hurt. It's bad, but needed. It's a force of nature that can't be helped. There's sadness in it, of course. You know, we remember when the wars were happening, and it was scary, and we lost a lot of people and a lot of friends. But we wouldn't have the country that we have now without it. We built a really strong system after the war. You know, there are people that tried to take revenge and, you know, be scornful and everything like that, but it didn't work because we all had each other. Like, we found a system that really empowered the people. And I don't know, it just made these festivities a lot more fun. In 2 weeks, it's Calamity's Day, which is like everybody breaks their houses down to like the base form and then rebuilds them into something new. It's really fun. Like, we get to throw glass bottles in the street.
That's incredible.
Yeah. A lot of people think we're weird.
If you look behind you at any given moment, the Calamity is just not like, it looks like he's holding back a dam about to break, because everything that he's always said that destruction is necessary, but to hear somebody else say it and say that it's not wrong for him to exist means a lot.
I
And
would
you
like
know-
to. Go ahead, sorry.
And you know, I think personally that the Scourge and the Calamity would really appreciate all of these holidays. Seems like a lot of fun.
We have a holiday for each of the gods.
Do you?
Yeah. The day of the Forgotten is a day of remembering those that have passed to bring us to where we are. We write down our history here in Alabaster Water so that it can't really be lost. A lot of towns around here are like, their communities are like, they do oral history, so it's like telling stories. But things can get jumbled up with different people saying different things. So for us to write down our histories and the important people is the way that we remember them. And I think that's very special. And the holiday celebrating the sorrow is a day for family. We sit around and play games. We read books. We have like a really nice campfire. It's in the winter, so like it's really cold, and we make like a really big campfire here in the center of town. And I think the most special part of that holiday is we write down things that make us sad that we can't change or control and throw them into the fire. Because we can't control them. So we let them go.
That's wonderful, Pearl.
Yeah.
Thank you for teaching us.
Of course. The is there anything else you would like to know?
Has it been 30 minutes?
Yes, it has been. The doors of the temple should be opening soon. There used to be a fifth temple in the center of town, but they broke it down in the last Calamity's Day. They felt that the god didn't pay attention enough to us, which makes me really sad. I feel like if there's nobody worshipping a god, then what happens to the god?
Young one, this fifth temple, who was it for?
Her name was the Progenation. She's said to be the oldest god of the gods. But her clerics didn't hear from her for upwards of 50 years before the temple's destruction.
It's a long time. That's half a lifetime, is it not?
That's half of a human's lifetime, yes. But nobody knows this. I have a small little shrine in my room to the Progenation. I don't want her to be forgotten.
I don't think anyone wants to be forgotten.
No, we don't.
You know, there's a theory that the gods get their power from the worshippers. You
I've
might be
heard
one
that.
of the few people keeping her alive.
Yeah. You guys are cool.
Thank you.
I haven't seen a guy with 4 arms before.
Right. Thank you.
It's different. In a good way. Different is good. And the scorn. You see your temple open its doors. What does a temple to the scorn look like?
It's not exactly the bastion of brutality most people think it is. It's more of a hunter's lodge. There are bones and different mounts of various sizes, mostly in celebration. Possibly old uniforms from fallen enemies. Very dry, like most victories are, in like that bittersweet sense. And the scorn itself is trying not to be outwardly excited. They are marveling at this collection of things brought to them and dressed for the room, the temple itself, and it's very quiet. Not in a narcissistic reveling in oneself, but like, look at what they did. Oh, look what they put on the fridge for me.
Yeah.
In that way.
You see that, yes, it is a shrine of carnage and victory. But on the altar, there's something you wouldn't expect. You see bouquets of flowers and
small little trinkets made by children. They're like warrior toys that are made out of straw with like toothpick swords and everything. And probably I would say what you would probably think is the best thing is a portrait signed with a little P in the corner of what you look like and how this person knows your visage. You may never know. But you are staring in a mirror as you look at this altar.
There's like a brow quirk, just like a little, huh? Who did that? How'd he do it? Just a little confusion there. But they kind of like look at the other three kind of to gloat. This is quite the place. Very nice
It's
architecture. I know, beautiful is. I should probably be writing this down because I'm a recorder. This is what I do. They don't have any paper or any like utensil to write with. I'm storing it in my head as good recorders do.
The Calamity goes close to look at the visage of their sibling. It's like, how did they get this?
I don't fucking know. It feels a little intrusive, honestly. Just wanted more of those starflyers.
They might have a seer among the people?
I don't remember any seers. I don't
So
really
no one
have
has
structured
called on you.
worship. I don't. Years are hazy. Why would I do any of this?
There are plenty of people who are capable of doing such a thing.
The Sorrow. Give me a wit roll, please.
Let me open my character sheet back up.
I'm so normal about this.
That is a 7.
On a 7.
No, sorry, not 7. I did math wrong. How did I do math wrong? It's a 13, not a 7. I got 2 6s.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, my luck is
Great math
ridiculous.
for you.
No, you are fine. This gives you something more than anything. The portrait is glowing before you, and you are brought back to a moment, a time, an instance with Mother. It could be days, years, millennia, moments after the brightness is gone. But that glitching is still happening to Mother, even in your memories, and you don't remember this happening. And you hear a loud tick of a clock hand. And a quick, "They're not gone!" And you're brought back to the moment you are in.
She's gonna stand there dazed for a moment, which is normal for her. She has these spells. She's had premonitions herself. She's had voices that'll tell her little things. So her looking like this, in general, this far off kind of hazy gaze, isn't all that strange. The way that she jolts out of it like she's startled, however, is definitely different.
Sister?
Are you well?
Pearl? What's your mother's name?
Mine?
Yes.
Well, I'm named after my mother.
Thank you.
Of course.
Perhaps we should talk outside. Everyone?
Of course.
I'll be there in a second.
And I think Scorn does this temple better stay intact.
If you fuck this up for me.
Don't worry, if anything gets messed up, I will be retributive towards the person that messes up this temple.
Oh. I
love
like
hearing
you.
that.
You see that she has a dagger on her belt?
You know I keep that motherfucking fang on me.
I'm strapped.
This darling child.
As we leave, the Calamity has never interacted with a human in such a long time, and especially now, one that embodies all of us so well is slightly unsettling, but he's still very proud and happy in this moment, and he hasn't felt happiness in a while.
Nox, you wanted to stay back for a second.
Yes, they did. So Nox they have never ever thought that anyone would remember any of them. That they were so much bigger than the worlds that mortals usually interact with, that they would just be, I don't know, just not something so big and so vast that a mortal could never understand them. But there is a temple to their sibling here, their new sibling, and I think that their mortality starts to show a bit, and they go up to the Scorn's altar. They draw their sword, which is now slightly bright. It has bright blue arcing lightning along it. But it's not as bright as they remember it being, and that kind of startles them a bit. Especially in the reddish hue of the Scorn's temple. And they cross their arms the way they were always taught. They put their head down on the altar, and they pray. They don't necessarily know what they pray for, other than maybe for the Scorn not to get grounded. In the silly way, because they are a god, even though they're doing a very mortal thing. And yeah, they pray, even though they took an oath saying specifically that Mother is the only god that they will worship.
The Scorn. As this is happening, what does a prayer being offered to you feel like?
It's like a flame sparking. That first strike, that first slight, that first bit of scorn when someone has wronged you. And they feel it in their heart first. And it kind of eats through the veins in their body, and it gets a tingle. And before they can even like interrogate Sarah a little bit more, they have to turn around and see who the fuck is praying to them right now because the temple just opened. It's trying to be a goody two shoes, and it's just as vindictive as a sibling would. They just kind of creep to Nox and flick them in the head. You stop that.
Okay. Nox flicks it. They flick one of the statues in return on the altar. And then when the scorn's not looking, when the scorn's not looking, they put it back up.
Listen here.
And
where it came from.
they
So help me.
They do. And they nervously, very, very nervously walk out of the temple, very scared of the ire of Mother as one of her worshippers.
You all stand outside of this temple, waiting for whatever the sorrow has to say.
Have you all noticed something wrong with Mother?
Uh-oh.
Like,
I don't know what to...
what specifically?
With how she's been behaving, acting, speaking strangely, doesn't seem like herself.
No, I haven't. Are you both having an episode? What are you getting at?
It's almost like she's been glitching. In ways. It feels like we have to fix something and we have a limited amount of time. And I think part of it has to do with... I can't say the name. I physically can't.
Nox unsheaths their sword, which is everyone remembers it's a very, very light blue, like bright, like the youngest and most like beautiful of stars, and it's slightly dimmer than if you've seen them take it out before. I took this out in Scorn's temple, in the Scorn's temple. I don't know. Maybe they're connected. It's usually brighter, like a bright star. It used to be a different color, but it's been so long since it was like that. I just hope that it doesn't do that again.
Can I possibly use one of the moves from the game?
Absolutely.
Like,
what would you like to do?
I would like to unleash the cosmic might.
Oh, we're starting that already.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh yes.
Which is
And
actually perfect because you just got a prayer.
You're right, I did. Thanks. Thanks, Nox.
Praise God.
Praise me, you know? I think they just spin right back into the temple as if to pray to themselves, which they're not. They take a position of kneeling and actually draw their hands into the earth and claw back, more to draw blood from the broken nails. And with their ichor, try to invoke the sight of their mother to see what they're doing, or what is she performing, or what Sarah has mentioned, to see if it's true.
Give me that roll.
Is it with anything, or is it just a straight?
I'll say this is with a spirit.
All right. What is my spirit? I think it's a +2. I'm Oh, it is +2. Oh, hot diggity. Alright. Big money, no whammies. Oh, what is that? It is a 10.
A 10.
Flat 10.
On a 10 plus, you
Yay!
unleash your powers with grace and precision. You achieve exactly what you set out to do. No more, no less. So you wanted to see into what is happening with Mother. You draw this power, and your siblings can feel it. The cosmos is beckoning to your ichor and your scorn. You draw yourself into a sight of confusion, of tears, crying, hurt, being lost. But you see this red light, which is not a color you would even think of when it comes to Mother. Mother is blues and purples and the colors of the cosmos, and red is the last thing you expect from her, but this feeling of being sucked into a black hole that she cannot control. And you hear one word. No. A title. A sibling. You hear the brightness before this glitch of red and blue, and you are forced out of that sight and come to at your altar.
And of course, they're speaking nebulously, and that nebula being Mother. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong with me, darling.
Don't bullshit me.
I am your mother. I would let
And mothers
you know
can lie.
if something was wrong.
You cast us out so we can't see what's wrong.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing is wrong, darling.
I will come back there, resurrect you just to kill you myself.
You hear a gruff voice that you have never heard from Mother before. I'd like to see you try, child.
There we are. The scorn you birthed me from.
Enjoy playtime with your siblings. It may
Fuck
last
you.
a little longer than you suspected.
And they push themselves up with the fist and shake off the blood that they used to draw their power from. Trudges their way out to rejoin their siblings. Yeah, something's fucked right now.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Mom is not and won't let us
Wait.
do anything about it.
What happened in there?
We should see the other temples. You know, take a little tour.
Something else I want to say. And again, I cannot mention their name.
I heard a
I'm
name.
What name?
You know, you just said that, oh, I can't say the name. I don't know if that applies to all of us, so I'm going to save it. I guess if we want to play a game, it's the opposite of Nox's little sword right now. What's the opposite of dull?
Yes.
I'm
We had a sibling.
A sibling.
I had a sibling. Before you, Calamity.
A dull sibling.
The opposite of.
when you
Bright?
prepare to say the word bright or brightness or anything compared, it chokes in your throat.
Is Mother still there?
The only person that can feel Mother at this point is Nox.
Can I figure out a person? Or figure out a god?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what I add to that, because I don't think it's very good. uh, okay, can I use wit instead of heart for my figure someone out?
Yes.
Figure out a person? Okay, thank God. I have a +2 to wit, okay. Let's use my lion dice. My dice envy dice. I love dice envy. Okay. Okay, 9 + 2 is an 11, so that's an upbeat,
Awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 plus would be an upbeat. Here, let me see what that gives you for that move. Alrighty. Let me find that move.
Dances, basic moves, danger.
Da-da-da-da.
Figure out a person. I may ask 2 questions, now or later in the scene.
Then you may ask 2 questions. On an upbeat, I think it gives you something extra.
Yeah. Okay. Can I ask, what are your feelings towards the scorn and like that comment that she just made towards them?
You hear in the voice that Mother always speaks in. My feeling towards my child is love.
Oh, I don't know if I. I don't know if I like that answer. I mean, all parents love their children. But most parents, I think, even if I didn't have one in my mortal life. So, what is it that you're not saying? If I'm to be your blade, I need to know what to protect you from. Even if it's yourself.
What it is I'm not saying is that you did have a parent. You just don't know them. And you...
I forgot them.
No. You never met them. Something so bright can come from something so fallen. The stars had to move on. The light had to come from somewhere.
Then why is the light going out? Why is your light going out?
Because when my child fell, so did I. But new children came. They needed somebody to help them.
I get one more question. What do you want from me?
Nothing. I want nothing from my children. Just that they behave. And the connection is cut.
I think Nox gets a nosebleed, which is shocking and scary, I think, to everyone. Their
Sorrow's
starts to
gonna-
come out of one of their nostrils, and they kind of look at it in shock and in fear, because they have not seen their own blood in a long time.
The Sorrow's gonna walk up to them and just take, like, a handkerchief and just kind of blot at Nox's nose.
They take, like, the sash that they wear around their shoulder from the bottom of their belt, and I wear black for a reason. It won't stain. I think so.
It's probably just a side effect of being made, well, semi-mortal.
I think so.
The Sorrow,
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you were around the brightness, what did you smell the most?
Honeysuckle.
It's exactly what you smell as you are near Nox. An overwhelming scent of honeysuckle. Which, now that you think of it, you smelt near Pearl also.
This might sound odd, but you smell like them, you know?
Who?
Our other sibling.
Like flowers?
A specific type, but yes.
I thought flowers are they're just flowers. Are they not?
There are different types of flowers. Our sibling smelled like, at least to me, honeysuckle. It's a wild flower. It's not very well renowned, but it's sweet and it's gentle.
I wouldn't call myself sweet or gentle.
I think you are.
So,
In your own way. Even the scorn and the
They
calamity
kind of
can be.
they start, Nox starts to play with the cuffs of their sleeves. Okay. So, are we going to go to the festival? Should we just try and find this family?
I need all of you to roll a heart roll.
Oh no. Oh. God damn it.
What if I said no?
What if you said no?
Oh.
What if I? Okay, I want to roll.
I rolled a 4.
A 4?
I'm gonna
XP,
keep it.
baby.
Okay.
Yep, I'm gonna keep it. I want that XP.
Oh my gosh, I rolled a 4 too. That's crazy.
Oh my child.
What is-
-1. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 4s.
Yep.
I got a 10.
A 10.
I also got a 10.
Oh, this is perfect.
Keon!
Okay, this is perfect
Both
for what I had
sides.
planned.
Both sides of the spectrum.
I don't know if
We
I
are
don't
the
know if it'll-
spectrum.
Yeah, but
The
boom.
sorrow and the
And I have +1.
calamity. You watch as your siblings drop to the floor, asleep, and disappear.
Where did they go?
They're still alive. They just went home early.
Sorrow.
Failing that heart roll forced the sleep to the next era move.
Oh my god.
You hear in your heads, "Come now, darlings. It's time for bed. This era is done with us."
Do we all hear that?
Just you two.
I still have things I need to do, people we need to talk
No,
to.
your time is done.
No.
Mother, we
Wait,
You,
wait. Did the people who failed or the people who succeeded go early?
You guys are asleep. You guys are back
Oh.
home.
So the Scorn and I?
Yep, you guys will wake up in the next era, which will be the next episode, due to failing that heart roll.
Ah!
That's fucked.
The dice have a story.
Mother.
Okay, Nox runs to a star, draws their sword, and breaks it.
You break your sword.
My sword?
You
No, I break the star!
Oh.
Okay, no, that was about to.
I stab a star, Lock Tomb style!
Yeah, you, that was almost very bad if you had said you broke your sword.
No, we're not breaking the sword.
Your sword envelops the star. It does not explode. Your sword swallows the star. Calamity, you have said no to Mother.
Why are you asking us to leave if you asked us to do something first? It's not like you, Mother.
Is up.
What Mother feels right now, and at this point, I think Sorrow would also feel it. In the Calamity's confusion and the Sorrow saying that we had a sibling and that for whatever reason Nox smells of this sibling and that the Scorn also feels that something is wrong, and to the Calamity, this is utter confusion. So within them, there's like a roiling furnace, and there's fire, and there's like heat. We deserve answers.
I'm going
What have you done?
to use one of Mother's strings
Of course she is.
against
She's about to
you.
yank me out of here.
And I will offer you 3 XP to do what Mother says.
Oh my god.
Can I say no to this, or this I don't have a choice?
You can refuse the temptation. I just can't guarantee what's going to happen in later.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the Sorrow is right next to you as this happens. Sorrow, do you do anything?
She's just pleading rather than outright saying no. She's so close. She's here. I know she is. I just if I can talk to her, if I can figure out why.
If
one falls, we all fall.
And let us pick them back up.
It is
That's
not
what we're
them
meant
home.
to do.
Trust me, children.
And the Calamity looks to his oldest sibling for comfort, help. And in this moment, he feels very small because, yes, he wants to figure this out. He does not want to do it by himself. And the only thing that scares him is Mother.
I think the Sorrow's gonna grab onto the Calamity's arm and just hold his hand. Mother knows best. We'll try again.
Oh no, no, no.
Let's go home. Sleep. And we'll try again when we wake. We might have a better idea of what we're doing.
Pearl is not around us, is she?
No.
Oh. Mm-mm.
There's a lot on Eon's plate, and there's a lot on the Calamity's plate right now.
Oh dear.
Also, the way that the Sorrow is holding him is a protective gesture.
Is it protective and also in like a calming manner?
Yes.
Or it's like, or is it like the sibling saying like, it's best not to do anything right now?
It's her doing her best to calm him down while also being like, hey, you don't know what she's capable of. It's best to follow along, and we'll try again when we have a moment. I don't want to see you get hurt. Let's go home.
When you say you don't want to see me get hurt, is when he actually starts to calm down. Only because you're asking.
Thank you.
And with that, do you
You
two
and Mother.
choose to sleep until the next age of the universe?
The Sorrow is going to be the last to go to sleep.
So as all of that, like the rage, like is starting to calm. To my sibling that's going, I am sorry. As the Calamity chooses to go to sleep, the last thing they do is their tail whacks a part of the temple and cracks the foundation.
And that will be dealt with next session.
Oh, yes. I think Nox goes to sleep angry. You know how in like relationships they tell you like don't go to bed angry or else it's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
That's what Nox is like a toddler being like, I don't want to go to bed. I don't.
No.
That's literally what they're doing. No, literally like
Wakes up from the
that's
sleep
what they're
Yeah.
doing. They're like trying to like destroy stars, trying to like feel something and like try and like just like They're having a bit of a teenager moment.
They're being scornful.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we get back home,
We got McDonald's at home.
yeah, the is just like staring off into the distance, and like his form starts to like shift and turn, and like his mouth gets a little bit longer, and he transforms into like this giant fucking like coalescing flame, and it just like bursts and bursts and comes back, and then he reforms into himself, and he's just like, it's fine.
And do you all sleep?
Oh,
I don't think I have a choice.
That does.
Thank you so much for
Doesn't
joining
feel
us for this
good.
first
That does
session
not
of
feel
our
good.
charity game, guys. Thank you for everybody who's donated so far. There is I believe a reroll and a question in the bank for somebody for the next session.
I only got to ask Mother one question with my.
You do have a second
person.
question for later on.
Oh God!
We will be
Okay.
back next Saturday at 5:30 p.m. EST again. I have been Derek, your GM and or mother, as you would like to refer to me as for this game. There will be 4 sessions of this. 4. 2 for Black AIDS Institute and 2 for medical aid for Palestinians. Super important charities to raise money for. They're doing great things out there. We stand against genocide and apartheid of all peoples here on Queers and Spears. So free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, free Puerto Rico, because you know they're a stolen territory. But we will be back then. I've been Derek. You can find me on the internet at Derek Does RP. That's DERRYKDOESRP. Or on the Queers and Spears social medias, and here on this Twitch channel come October for our next series that will be live. And I will hand it off to my eldest child.
Hi, I'm Jenny. You just saw me playing The Sorrow. I'm having a super fun time. That was awesome. I'm really excited to play again. I use she, they pronouns. I did the character art for this stream, which I churned out pretty fast. My commissions are open. I am a teacher, which means that I do not have work right now. So if you guys have any character art that you want done, please, if you like my art style, send it my way. You can find me at Cerulean Siren 19 on Twitter. You can also find me, sometimes we're on a bit of a hiatus for it. You can find me on Nerdsmith, usually on Fridays. Yes, Friday, for the Dragon's Crown, which is on hiatus at the moment. I am also part of a podcast called Jar of Rebuke. I am a assistant script editor, as well as the voice of Dr. Jamie Everett, which is super fun. I do a lot of voice acting, so if you have a project that you would like me a part of, let me know. I'm just terrible at auditioning. I'm bad at it. I forget about it all the time. That's what I got. I'm excited to see you next time.
Calamity, it's your turn.
Hello, hi. I'm Keon. You saw me playing the Calamity this go around. I use he, they pronouns. The Calamity uses he, they, it, whatever you want. I had so much fun playing this volatile little 4-armed dragon dude. It's phenomenal. But yeah, if you enjoyed what I did here, if you like any of my shenanigans, you can find me across all of the internets at Brother Keon. That is BRUTHAQUEON. All the things I have coming up. I have so much coming down the pipeline. I'm super sorry. But if you are interested in magical shenanigans and college hijinks, come out for Class Delta, and we will be playing on Monday. And I think it's 8:30 EST, 5:30 PST. Hopefully, I got that right. But yeah, that will be on Coco Epiphany Games. But yeah, Follow me on Twitter. All of my stuff is in there. I am so mad I did not get to smack Mother with my tail, but
I can't apologize for that. The Scorn, my third child.
But you smacked my shit. That's what I was talking about.
sorry, I'm sorry. It wasn't. It was the closest thing.
It made sense. Later. Hi guys. Hi. I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, probably Blue Sky. I think I am on Blue Sky. If you want to see me actually be a professional, that'll be vinvox.com. I'm a voice actor. That's where you'll find my reels, my resume, which also has Jar Rebuke. That's so silly. We're castmates. I'm the voice of Darius and Dr. Milo. Super fun stuff. Please check out Jar Rebuke. I have a lot of things I have planned, just can't talk about yet. So
That's
look
the
out for
hardest
me
thing.
for the rest of the year. But one thing I can mention: BIPOC Vamp Day. I have a game I'm running. Paint the
Yes.
Town Red. Sign-ups for that I think ends August 2nd or 1st. Just check out the link, which I'll probably throw out on Twitter. Yeah, sign up for a good cause, more charity games, and I think that's me. Yeah.
And the Forgotten, my youngest,
Okay.
newest child.
Hi, my name is Erica. You can find me all over the internet at Erica Rose 2187. That is ERIKA, Rose like the flower, and then 2187 like the Star Wars reference. I'm a cosplayer. I mainly talk about Transplaner on the internet. It's very, very fun and very exciting to be breaking into the actual play space. So if you like me and you like my style, and if you think I'm funny or you think I'm fun to look at, then yeah, definitely give me a follow, and very happy to be. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes.
And we love you for it.
And with that, please stick around because we are going to be rating the ever so wonderful Transplaner RPG for their, if I can spell correctly, wow. Transplaner RPG. For their ever so wonderful mid-series episode. It is their 4th episode of God Killer Last Blood. Last Hope, sorry. I hope I did that right. Oh, come on. I didn't do it right. Bear with me. I haven't rated in forever, y'all. I also can't fucking spell, yo. There we go. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.